Some of you know Howard, some of you don't, but okay, we good? Peachy? But he's a very, very nice friend to me. He's very, very, he always likes to share and he always likes to assist. And this time, I invited him to our class, not because he's a senior student, 不是因为他老，不是因为他是学长 but also, okay, it's not only because he's actually senior students in our department, but also he's actually coming back as a student who finished his exchange program in a very, very special area that usually our students wouldn't travel, but he was in Czech Republic to spend his past 6 months?
5 months.
5 months, and then he's actually back, and I was so eager to learn more about his experience, and also an opportunity for you, because most of you are freshmen students. I would like you to explore possibility, because as language majors, you probably want to have your overseas experience within a tight budget, and then how did he make it happen? And why did he choose this place over the others? And why did he choose 6 months over a year? And how did he survive the class? And then all that, we want to know all about it. I'll be standing in the back, so you guys can feel free to pop questions if you have any. 那你们有什么问题，反正这是学长，然后这个今天来不及问的路上也可以来接他。然后 so this particular senior student, Howard, is also one of the tutors I hired for students who needs help with writing, speaking, listening, and reading, or even test prepping. 他那个考试也蛮厉害的，所以呢也可以跟他约时间，上网预约他。
Thank you for advertising me.
It's just back, so you still have very fresh memory regarding all the experience. So without further ado, let's give him a big hand.
Hi, my name is Howard. Thanks for Gina introducing me. I just came back from Czech Republic in February, and I want to show you how is the life over there and how do you apply for this exchange program. So I assume all of you are Chinese, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the first year.
Not necessarily.
Not necessary, but you know, exchange in Europe, it might sound like really distant, but actually we have I'm going to teach you how you're gonna do it, and then of course we'll go through the preparation and how's the school's life. You can make some friends over there, the benefit of you going to Europe, because there are a lot of countries you can choose from. Most of people, they will choose to go to China, they go to Hong Kong, they go to Japan. But in my opinion, I think Europe, your country, not necessarily Czech Republic, but European countries are the best. And I will show you why, especially in the travel part. Oh, by the way, that was me in front of the school sign. And then there are my Taiwanese fellows. So, if you know that if you want to go exchange, you have to go to the OIA Office of International Affairs. Thank you. You can go through the list, like what you should prepare in school. So I highlighted some of the things here. The first one, which is Professor Gina emphasized when I was in your class, composition, is that you have to have English proficiency transfer. Like, for example, I took IELTS in the 3rd year, and I got C1. So basically, if you are traveling to, if you are exchanged to European countries, or not to mention America, you need to have English proficiency. you need to at least get B2 or above. So now you can like start to prepare it if you want to go exchange. And the portfolio, I'm going to show you how it looks like the portfolio and your study plan and the recommendation letters. Here. Here's what I did before going out. I mean, just applying in school, not even to my school. I mean, the Czech school. So you have to provide this like CV, your study plan, that's biography, and sometimes you have to write the letter of recommendation yourself. You will think that, oh, the teacher will write for me, but most of the time you have to write it for yourself. And then you send the draft to your professor, then she will like approve it. So this is the one actually I sent to Professor Gina, saying that, hey, can you help me doing the letters? And she said, well, you have to prepare a draft and then she will revise it. Yeah. So congratulations, you are now past the in-school selection. And now you are selected to one of the schools. Actually, you can choose 3 schools. The first one chooses the Czech school, Tomáš Bata. And then the second one is actually the foreign language school in Korea. And the third one is also in Czech, West Bohemia. But I got the first one, so I'm now preparing the visa. You have to prepare the visa, and then the school, I mean the Czech school will write letters to you, and then you have to do a bunch of stuff like applying for a visa, you have to buy for the airplane ticket. Here's the Czech visa application, and you have to be there in Taipei to like do the interview. So it's a bit, time consuming. You have to write a lot of stuff, but trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it. So one of the most important thing is the money. So before going there, you have to prepare lots of credit cards. Yeah, you can either be debit card or credit card, but most of the most important thing is that it should be like not JCB, the MasterCard or Visa. Yeah, because I had it's a Taising income, but I prepared the JCB one. So if you guys are traveling in Europe, don't use JCB, or you have to use the Visa or MasterCard. And then of course you get some like paper bills, but nowadays in Europe, people are just using credit card everywhere, even the little vendors. So, is there anyone wants to go like exchange? Not yet. No, has no idea. Okay. So yeah, everything is done. We got the ticket, we got the luggage. Here's my luggage, and 2 luggage actually, and 1 backpack. And then I flew there on last year, September. And then, my parents, my family sent me to the train station. They're like crying. I was like, I'm going to do this all. So you gotta be independent. You gotta be independent. You have to, your family will like say farewell to you. And then now, after you get into the airplane, you have to be independent. So I think it's a good opportunity to, learn how to be independent and deal with your stuff. Like you flying to, for me, I fly from Taurus to Dubai, and then from Dubai to VIE, that's Vienna National Airport. So you have to use your English and then try to communicate, also using your phone. Everything's on you, because if you get lost, it probably a big trouble. So yeah, I arrived there at 10 p.m. You have to notice that it's after I traveled for like 24 hours, so you will be really exhausted. And that's the bus. I want to explain the story behind this picture. So when I went I got out of the airport from Vienna. They speak English there, it's good. It's in Austria, by the way. And then I hop on the Retrojet, which is a long distance coach bus, to Brno, which is a city in Czech. Here's the problem. People there don't speak, the people in Czech especially bus driver, they don't speak English. So what are you going to do? You gotta speak Czech, or you gotta ask for help. It's a really important thing. So use your English to like try to get as many resources or solutions to solve your problem. Because this was the first problem I met. People there don't speak English. Yeah. So eventually there's a girl coming up and then say, hey, do you need help? And then they should help me book the ticket. Okay, so finally we got to school, we got to the dorm, put everything down, and then we're ready for school. This is my school, the Faculty of Humanities, 人文学院. It looks modern, yeah. And it's actually as old as Zhongzhen University. I mean, this is so much better. And you have a lot of courses to select from. I think there are courses just like our courses, the ones in our faculty or department. I can show you the list. Can you see it clearly? Can you read the letters? Okay, I can open a link here. Ooh, Taiwanese flag. Wow. Okay, so here's our bunch of things you can study as an exchange student. You can study linguistic, literature, writing, current issues debate, more linguistic things. So those things you learn in Czech Republic, you can actually transfer the credits to our department. So I was there and studied for 8 credits, equivalent 8 credits here. So you didn't like spending or waste your time there. Actually, you still acquire some credits there. So, which is a good thing. You can, you have to choose the names that are not overlap your previous course name in CCU. So
course title?
Yeah, the course title. Yeah. So better choose something like with different names so that our department will like recognize it. So here are my 4 courses. I passed all of them. Basic writings, and I'm going to like show you a table of four these 4 courses. But here, their courses are interactive. Yeah, the students and the teacher, they will like talk a lot, and then the teacher will always like ask, inquire students if they like to see if the student really understand it or not. So we have a current issue and debate, one of my favorite course there. Not because she gave me A, but the class was actually fun. So the teacher was a really lovely lady. She was really encouraging, and basically the class will go like this. The students will form a group, and then each week, each group will present in a week, and then the next week will be the next group, and to show different issues. I mean, the current issues. Like we were talking about the death penalty, the kind of clincher stuff. But of course, about the topic about EU chat control. Have you heard of that? Yeah, like some of people in the parliaments in EU, they are suggesting we should like implement EU check control, which means the government can go through your text messages, your phone calls, to prevent the terrorism or those bad things. So we can like discuss whether this policy is suitable or is good or not. And then students under state, they can also they should raise some questions toward the topic. So it's a very interactive course. And we have basics in writing. This one, the teacher is really chilling, really laid back. The only thing he mentioned was like, you gotta write without AI. So you gotta think with your brain. Yeah, and it's also a group work. So I team up with other Czech students. They later become my best friends. But yeah, we did teamwork together. It was fun. And I think these two, business English and practical English, were the most difficult ones. You gotta be at least C1 level English to pass it. It was really, really difficult. So if you want to go to this school, be careful. But I have textbook for you, so you don't have to buy it. Anyway, in business English, there are actually 3 teachers. They are responsible for economic and the career and the company, like the interview, what are you going to say in the interview, or when you're in the company, when you are talking to your colleagues, what kind of topic or sentences you would use. And during the class, we often have some interactive, like little quiz. You have to team up with the student next to you, and then perhaps the teacher will pull out some cards, and then you're going to play some games to like correct your pronunciation or spelling. And the practical English, very, very intense discussion. Every week, students will like sit in a circle, and then students will have to like talk about the assignments. Yeah, and the other students have to be intensely talk with them, like the speakers with other students. To me, this one is really difficult, but it's worth it because you got a chance to like talk like with other students like deeply, academically, because the teacher will actually correct you and then tell you what to improve. So yeah, unlike the courses in CCU, some of courses in UTP, which is my school, they actually have 2 or 3 teachers. Yeah. And then in the final exams, there will be oral exams and then the written exams, which is like kind of different from here. Oh yeah, I gotta explain this. So how hard it is to pass practical English. You can see the statistic here. If you're the numbers under the red and the yellow are failed. So only probably 40% of people pass that exam. So don't think about like you're going to exchange and then you're going to have a good time. So, of course, sometimes you would, but sometimes you will face like difficult study. So you gotta study since you're a student. And here's my screenshot of one of my friends in the course. I said, can I share this paragraph, like the fact? Because I want to emphasize how hard it is to pass Simply's class. That's the professor. Yeah, of course, please diss that mother as much as you can. And really, really difficult. I passed. Oh yeah, and especially I have to mention about it. In TPU, it sounds very difficult, but actually you have 2 tries in the final exams. So not like here, you fail and you fail, you have to take it next semester. Actually, you can have two tries. Even the first one you fail, like completely fail, but you still have the chance to take it twice. So that works for the oral exam and the written exam. So here's the professor in basics writing. So that's what I say, lay back. That is the professor. We're doing, it's Halloween. So the teacher just disguised as a ghost and then come in and spread some candies to us. It was fun. And also that's basically the classroom will look like. So yeah, basically all Czech students or Slovakian students. And okay. So I'm going to talk about my classmates. Here are the students and my groupmates in current issue and debate. Like I said, the student lead the course and then lead the conversation, the whole activity, and then you gotta like read some news, some studies about the the issues you're going to talk about or other group are going to talk about. And then you discuss with them, you interact with them, and sometimes you find the values are kind of different. This one is our student in CCU. She's in psychology department, as I believe. And this one's Korean, Slovakian, and Slovakian. And the food in school. So basically I'm talking like something like more, not like academic thing. So here's the food in Czech. Very European, right? We got I think this one is like the most classic one. You got a pork chop or beef chop, and then fried tomatoes. In European countries, you will eat potatoes every day. That's their rice, you know. And here's the pasta, you know. The food there, if you cook, one of the things I learned in the exchange is that you have to cook for yourself. Before the exchange program, I didn't know how to cook. You know, I could only like turn on the stove and then cook instant noodles. But now I can cook pasta. Now I can cook, what else? Pasta and other things. Frying some chops, pork chop, or cooking some traditional food over there. And here are my friends in the library. So unlike the library in Taiwan, their library is kind of like interactive. You can like talk with your friends. Of course, there are floors that you have to be silent, but there are also floors where you can eat and you can talk with your friends. Like you're doing discussion, so you gotta talk and then kind of lay back. Let me show you the picture, video. So basically, some of them are my classmates in the writing class. So we kind of sit together and then discuss where we're going to write, or just basically just sit there and chat with each other, and then bring your own books. And after the academic stuff, after the food, now you have a student union. We call it Erasmus Student Network. It's a big thing in European countries' school. So basically, what they do, they are like a student union. And here's one in Zlín, which is my city, my area. And what they do is they organize the trip, they organize the events and parties involve alcohol. And we're going to do so many fun things there. So you don't have to like go to, foreign students to like ask for something. You can just join their events, and then you will get so many chances to get to know so many people. So one of the events they do is the country presentation. So they will invite countries and then to do their slides about their countries. So this one is Slovakian to Czech. Do you know why? Because in the past, like before 1989, they were together. And after that year, they separate, they get independent. So like people will like do the countries that have controversy or close to each other, they will like do a comparison, and then people actually would cook their food, would bring their food after a presentation, show some fun facts, show some memes about their countries, and now they will show their food. They will actually cook their food. And in fact, our country, which is Taiwan, also do a country presentation with Japan. So we have like, for instance, Spain versus Portugal, Turkey versus Greece, very spicy conversation right there. And here's me. We're doing some events, and then I have to pronounce some difficult words in, I don't know, this one is Kazakhstan, I think. Yeah. So you will also get to know other countries' culture, not just the one in Czech. It's a great experience and a good chance to have other food. And like I said, the party, they have tons of drinking party. We have this one is speed friendly. So we got a sheet, And then, we will write something like, I have a dog, or I cannot swim, and then you have to find someone someone with in common, and then you can sign, and then first one who got a bingo can get some prize. And of course that place was in the pub, so everyone was like holding cups of beers and then drinking and then talking and then make friends. It was really fun. That was me with other people there. Tons of them. I love them. And here's the vibe up there. This one, the video one, is the national flag party, I think. It sounds actually much louder than this. And yeah, so apart from school, I think ESN is also part of the school. And outside of school, you can make some friends with like the local student. I mean, it's the Czech students, because they usually don't join the ECN event. So sometimes you find a local student who can they can help you with translation, and then take you to some trips. It's also fun. This is the picture I took in Sněžka, which is the highest mountain in Czech Republic. Yeah, I was there holding our national flag. The reason why I was there was because I talked about what I want to do in the weekend, the free time here, or during my exchange program. And I remember I said, hey, I want to climb the highest mountain in Czech Republic. After the class, there's a guy coming up to me. He's like, hey, did you say you want to go to Sněžka? I was like, yeah, but he said, whoa, he can take me there. Boom. So I made tons of friends. Just like you gotta expressing your hobbies, you gotta show your characteristics. The people will get close to you.
We have to stop here.
Oh, okay. We're actually just tons of pictures. You can go travel. Oh, okay. One of the advantage studying in European countries is that you can travel to other countries without visa, without limitation, because they are in Schengen areas. So I was in Bratislava, that's in Slovakia, in Vienna, in Czech. Oh, you gotta represent Taiwan. You send them a lot of Taiwanese stuff, and then let them know where Taiwan is and what Taiwan stands for. How people good, how good people are. And then I send them a lot of bags, Then when they see it, they will think of Taiwan. They think of me and then think of Taiwan. So they actually call me the spy sent by Taiwanese government. And you can also do some extracurricular things like going hiking and mountain biking. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But there are so many more fun things he has prepared. But due to time limits, but you know his face already. So if you're interested in getting to know more about exchange program applications and more about the schools he attended, reach out, because he is everywhere. You can actually run into him very easily in our departments, and you can tell that his positive experience definitely comes from his personality. He's very open-minded, and this is actually number one thing that you need to have or establish before you go overseas. But don't take my words for it, but in the future, if you ever think about the opportunity of doing it, definitely reach out to us 学长学姐们. So Howard is only one of the exchange students in our department. There are many more. 所以可以再问很多学长学姐们相关的一些咨询。But all in all, 最重要的一件事情就是 plan way ahead， 因为这个东西它有一个 timeline。像 Howard 那个时候就 miss 掉一个小小的部分，所以只能去那边半年。那你同学 Tiffany 他就去1整年，所以一点点小的插曲就会造成一个非常非常大的一个差异性。But one way or the other, you just have to plan way ahead。那至于直接的这个 timeline， 刚刚 Howard 有说，第一个就是去看 OIA 的 website， 然后不然就去问 Howard， 然后不然就是问学长姐 ，OK？ So that's all for today. Remember when you come back, you finish your homework. We're having a quiz. Remember, my quiz is going to be super short. 绝对不会让你翻页，但是每一题都要答对，因为每一题的比分都很重，因为没有几题嘛。 好，然后呢，记得一件事情，我看到你们今天那个小眼神，我就觉得你们要回去复习一下你们上个学期学的东西，因为下次我会考进来，那个 sentence combining 这种一定要在 summary 里面就要把功力找出来。